Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to change your Canva template size, okay? And there are a few ways of doing this, so I'm going to show you two. The first way, of course, we've got our design over here, and the resize and magic switch over here is on the top left hand side, and this is available to pro users. So now if you click on here, you're going to click on resize, and you can see that you can resize this into whatever size it is that you need it to be resized in. So currently, if you go into file, you can actually see the current size. So it says 1080 by 1080 and that it's current size. Now, if you go in here and resize it, you have the two options. You can either have it resized as is, or you can have it resized and have a copy of it. So you'll have more than one copy. But let's say you don't use Pro and you would like to still go ahead and resize this into another dimension. So let's say we've got this one here, which is 1080 by 1920. Now, what you can do is on the bottom of your page, you'll see there's a grid view option. Let's open this up and you'll see this is where your page is. Okay, so make sure it's selected. You'll have the purple border around it and you want to use Control C on your keyboard. Now, once you've done that, you're going to open up your new design. This will be the design that you'd like to resize it to. Again, I'm going to show you on the left hand side. Under file, you'll see the name of the file, and then just underneath that you'll see the size. Okay, so it's just struggling to load here, but this is 1080 by 1920. So what we're going to do here is, without clicking anywhere, making sure that this is not selected, and if it is selected, just click away from it so that it is not highlighted. We're going to use the command on our keyboard, Control V. Now, what will essentially happen is all of the elements from your previous design, which is the 1080 by 1080, will be pasted over here. Now, you can see, of course, it is not in proportion. However, what you can now do is take some of the elements. So let's go and rearrange some of the elements. So let's take this and let's move it up. Let's take this one and let's move it down. And then we can take this image with its frame and we can make it slightly bigger. Okay, let's move this guy a little bit again. And let's move this guy a little bit again. And you can also take your text or whatever other elements you've got and you can just resize it so that everything fits in and everything looks good. So let's just click on this text. We're also going to hold in Shift. We're going to select this one as well. And we're going to select this one and we're going to select this one. Now you can use your keyboard, your arrows to move this about. We can also go ahead and select this and we can move it down slightly. You can either use your keyboard or you can use your mouse, whichever you prefer. Let's take this. Let's move that down. And maybe we want to move this slightly here and this over here, and we want to make this promotion up here. We want to make it a bit bigger. So let's do something like this. And you can see now it's not exactly the same, but of course you can go ahead and you can change what it actually looks like. Okay, so let's just move that around. We're going to take this and move it there. There's another little element. You can pop it over there. Now, of course, doing this manually will require you to have a bit of a know-how or a background of an understanding of design. But as you can see, within a few seconds, I can just relay all of my elements and make sure that it looks good. Now, of course, you can go ahead and do this all yourself to your preference. One of the other things that you can do is if you want to add a shape over here, let's add this shape and let's take it all the way to the top. And we can bring this back down again. Let's just make sure that it's a bit smaller. And let's say we want to take this and let's move it across like that. We can now also change the color. So let's make it black. We can also make it this color or a lighter shade of this color or a darker shade of this color. You can also go ahead and make it a gradient if you want to use gradient colors, as you can see there. And then let's duplicate it. Let's move it to the bottom here. Okay, we're going to move this, make this a bit smaller. And now, just like this, you can actually see that we have completely changed what this actually looks like. Now, of course, the elements are not aligned, perfectly, but this is another idea of just making your design from one size and putting it into a different size. Now, if this was helpful, you can go ahead and drop us a like, and we'll see you next time.